Let's get into this crazy story. So, speaking of dementia, let's get into this Gladys Knight tea. So, there's a story going around that, this came out last week, but there's an update on it. So I was like, now that I got the full story, we'll talk about it. So, Gladys's son, Shanga Hankerson, has been. Wait, is his father the Barry Hankerson? I need to look that up. Or is he related to the Hankersons? Because the only ones I know about the Hankersons is Aaliyah uncle, the one that was robbing her blind when she was part of Black Round Records. So apparently he's been speaking out because he feels like his mother's being taken advantage of by his stepfather, William McDowell, who he is accusing excuse me, of elder abuse. So let's get into the story. And Gladys has spoken out about the matter. So let's talk about it. So now, in response to Hankerson's claim that McDowell, who is 33 years younger than Knight, she's 81, by the way, is taking advantage of his mother, the Midnight Trainer Georgia hitmaker, who's 81, as I stated, assured fans that she is just fine. Saying, quote, I wanted my fans and those concerned to rest assured I'm doing very well for someone who has been on stage for 3/4 of a century. Hard to believe, right? She told the Post. The 7-time Grammy winner continued, I'm healthy and happy and visiting friends and family these last few months. I'm excited to get back on the road with my sisters and on stage with the Queen's tour. See you soon. She also noted that her health and performance have been misrepresented. Her statement came after Hankerson, 49, filed a complaint with North Carolina's Department of Human Services. So earlier this month, her son told the Shade Room, of all places, that his mother's demanding tour schedule was detrimental to her health, saying, I don't want my mom out on tour on a bus wondering where she's at. In another recent interview, he told People, I did my best to give McDowell the space to play the role of a husband and do what was in my mom's best interest. And he has not done that. Why is she working? Why is she in a situation where she's being made to believe that she has to work like this? That's really my issue with it. The 49-year-old also alleges mother shows signs of cognitive decline. Knight's reps, however, told the outlet that her team is greatly saddened by Shanga's unfounded allegations and that he has no substantial contact with her, saying she has not been on tour since June 1st and can't wait to begin touring again in September. They continued, at this time, our lawyers have no chance but to explore any and all legal remedies due to Shanga's defamatory comments. Now, in response, Hankerson called the statement inaccurate and claimed to have been purposefully kept in a position of having minimal active access to his mother, saying, quote, this has nothing to do with money for me. I'm trying to get her to stop working. Now, McDowell opted not to weigh in on the allegations while appearing on Good Morning America last week. Now, Knight and McDowell have been married for 24 years. Now, in 2017, Knight won a legal order requiring her son Shanga to stop using her name, image, and memorabilia and connected with the Gladys Knight Chicken and Waffles restaurant he had launched in Atlanta and Washington, D.C. Also, we need to point out this. Shanga ain't that innocent either because her business went bankrupt when she had this Gladys Knight Chicken and Waffles situation. And he even admitted guilt in a case involving his failure to withhold payroll taxes from employees at the eateries. As a result, he was sentenced to 2 years in prison and an additional year of supervised release and was ordered to pay more than $1 million of restitution. So, yeah, he out here a user too, but you want to know something? I'm glad that you having concern for your mother, and rightfully you should, but you was taking advantage of her as well. You ain't no damn different than your stepfather. And also, child, let me tell y'all. So shout out to Funky Dineva because Funky went and revealed some tea that he had heard and mentioned it on his show the other day. And basically said that he was at an event, and I believe he was hanging out with some people that work in the industry, didn't mention their names, and this is what I would do if I had information. I'm going to tell you all the tea, but I'm not going to reveal to you who my source is, and that's what we do as pundits or reporters, whatever you want to call it. We cite our sources, but if we have people that are inside that's telling us stuff, we're not going to tell you who that is because we don't want to ruin our relationships with these people. So he basically was told that there was a show that she did, or they witnessed it. There was a show, I believe, that they did in Tennessee and showed that she was messing up the words. She had forgot the lyrics of Midnight Train in Georgia. and they played the song again, which I guess was like a cue for her to get off stage. She started singing the song again. Somebody had to come out on stage and take her off. So I believe that there are, and there have been stories that have been going around allegedly, that Gladys does have dementia and is on a cognitive decline. So what Shane is saying is there is some truth that he's the way he's saying, because I would have been like, okay, then file your lawsuits. And then if that's the case, we're gonna have her undergo the same test that y'all had Wendy Williams undergo and see if there's some truth to what I'm saying. Because now if you're gonna sue me, legal documentation, we need to kind of go through this whole situation, because what you're not going to do is sit out here and make me look like Boo Boo the Fool. But I guess what they're doing is because with his criminal situation of what happened, they're coming at him in that way. Where it's like, oh, well, he hasn't had conversations with his mother in a long time. And to me, that's disgusting, where there were stories going around that she's been wandering around in places not knowing where she is. Where is her husband of 24 years? Is he out here laying low and spreading it wild with other women? Well, Gladys is walking around here fending to her own devices. And that's always the big fear they have with people who have dementia or people who have Alzheimer's, whatever the case is. They're wandering off the places, not having somebody who's out here keeping you know, keeping up with where they are. Because if you have somebody, and I've seen so many stories regarding this, that people who have dementia just be wandering off, God knows where, ending up in the weirdest of places because they have family members who don't care about them. And I feel like that if this all turns out to be true, someone needs to definitely step in and protect Gladys. If you out here and you losing your sense of memory and all this other stuff, you shouldn't be out here working. You shouldn't be out here performing. She should be retiring and luxuriating off her life. You should not be having her out here on some stage looking a damn mess, because you know if she out here touring, y'all gonna make some money off of her. Like, stop trying to use these celebrities to your own. That would be one of the big fears that I have, that if I had family members that was out here using me to keep up working, and you got some no good ass husband who looked like Tyler Perry, quiet as it's kept, that's sitting up here got me working to death, and I shouldn't be out here working. So shout out to you, Gladys. Hopefully you get some people out here that'll keep you protected and keep you in their good graces and make sure you're getting the help that you need. But yeah, the rumors are swirling that apparently Gladys got the dementia. People in the industry know it. People behind the scenes know it, but they ain't gonna say nothing because they don't want to lose their job. They don't want to get in trouble. So leave it up to the pundits. And shout out to Funky for spilling that tea. So that's why I'm telling y'all here. So I say all this to say, what do y'all think of this story regarding these rumors regarding Gladys Knight and her son basically saying that, yeah, his mother is suffering from elder abuse? And it's like, just because he did what he did to his mother, and yeah, we could still windmill hard on him for using his mother's name to try to make money off of her. But as a child, he has a right to be, as that being his mother, he has a right to be genuinely concerned. If this is genuine concern, I would like to be, I don't want to be cynical and think that that's not where he's coming from with this. But if there's a genuine concern for his mother, then he should be allowed to express that. And people should look into it. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.